Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. I know this is probably going to be a good treat. I'm a big fan of Sixpoint beers. Sixpoint Brewery is out of Brooklyn, New York. Good friend of mine, Adrian, come down for Micro Festivals and brought me a couple cans of this. I wanted to review it pretty quick. It just happened over the weekend. So I've had this in my possession a little over 2 days. And this is their 4 beans. I've done the 3 beans, and this is 4 beans. They've added a vanilla bean to this. This is ale brewed with natural flavors with coffee added. And this is a big beer, guys. This is a 10%er. And it's a tall can, but it's a skinny can. It's only a 12%. It's only a 12-ounce beer, even though it's in a 16-ounce size can, but it's a skinnier can. So, and they're famous for that. I mean, they do these skinnier cans, taller cans. It's probably one of their little trademarks that they do. Instead of doing the big fatter cans, the shorter fatter cans, or the bigger 16-ounce. Looks like a 16-ounce height, but the can is smaller where it's only 12 ounces. So, very nice. I'm a big fan of them. And Adrian, thanks a bunch. I had a great time with you at the beer festival at Micro Festivals, and meeting your girlfriend, very charming lady. And I do appreciate getting to rendezvous with you and having a couple of your beers there while I was there doing the judging. And I'm very appreciative of bringing this down to me. Like I said, I was just at Martin's over at the Barrel Chest this past week, and they didn't have this. So I don't know why, but they didn't have it. So I don't know if it's something brand new or whatever, but both Rate Beer and Beer Advocate have reviews and stuff on it, so just haven't seen it here. So glad I hadn't reviewed it already when you brought this down to me. But anyway, Adrian's a good friend. He's one of the reps there from Sixpoint. Really good dude. Any of you guys that know Adrian, super guy. Let's get on with the beer review here. I've had the 3 beans, but not the 4 beans. So let's see what this ends up. 10%er, just remember that. I don't have, let's see if it's written on the can. I don't have the IBUs listed here, and I don't think it's written on the can anywhere. It says, constant renewal is a force of nature, so creative cycles began again. The mad scientist's formulations reach toward full flower, complex flavors of barley, cocoa, and coffee, now overload with Madagascar vanilla. Turn trinity into quadrulity. The people have spoken. 4 beans is in bloom. It's mad science. So I don't see the IBUs listed on here. And just my 2 cents to the guys up there at Sixpoint, I would like to see the IBUs on your cans. If just my 2 cents, so we'll know. And on the bottom here, and they've gone, I thought they used to do a countdown date, but now they've got BB Best Buy July 2016. I'd rather see the countdown date instead of the Best Buy date. Or if your dating machine can do both, that would be great. I know some of the Stone beers have a bottled on date and an enjoyed by date on. But I'd like to see the countdown date, so I'll know, because a lot of you brewers like to extend the shelf life a little bit. But a 10% in an Imperial Porter is going to keep for a long time, even further than what you're saying here. Best Buy 2016, this beer is going to keep 3, 5, maybe even 10 years. I don't know if the coffee is going to fade on this beer over time or what. They're wanting you to have it by July of 2016, and I would think that's a year from the time it was put in the can. I'm just guessing on that because I don't know when this can was actually had the beer put in it. So, but anyway, Adrian, thanks a bunch, brother. I do appreciate you bringing a couple cans down to me, and I did enjoy your company over the weekend at the Beer Fest. Let's see what the 4Bean brings to the table. I'm a big fan of Sixpoint beers. I really, really am. They do some really... Their resin and high res are two of my favorites. High res is a seasonal beer. I think Adrian told me it comes out in January. And their resin is available now. I picked up a 4 or 6 pack of it. I think it was a 6 pack. Some of them come in 4 packs, some of them come in 6 packs. I think the resin's in a 6 pack. And I got a 6 pack of that when I was over at Martin's at the Barrel Chest last week, as a matter of fact. And I've been sipping on those and enjoying those quite nicely. Very nice IPA. Alright, let's see where this one goes, guys. I read off the back of the can. That's the commercial description that I have here, so I don't have to go through that. And the Baltic, and I'm calling it a Baltic Porter. And the food pairings for the Baltic Porter: cuisine is barbecue, cheese is the earthy Camembert Fontina. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glass barred pint, becker, nonic, tumbler, mug, stein, and sidale. I'm going to use a double glass for this one. And it says here can be sold for long periods. You can. Just be aware, if it's got coffee added or something else that's added to it, some of those flavors may fade over time. So to me, it looks like they're giving this beer a year shelf life. So if it's got coffee added, I would think the coffee would be more subdued a year from the time it was put in until their best by date. Just my 2 cents. I'm not a commercial brewer. I'm just a little old home brewer. So and I have heard that the coffee will fade on a lot of these beers if you try to cellar it for an extended period. But let's see what this one brings. I think it's pretty fresh since Adrian brought it down. I probably picked it up at the brewery or a distribution area close to the brewery, I would think. He didn't tell me, I don't remember. If he did, I must have had a buzz or something because I don't remember. But he brought it down to me, and I'm very appreciative to him for that. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so without further ado, let's pop the cap on this puppy and get it into the glass. And while I'm pouring it, Adrian, I hope you had a great time at the Microfestivus. I hope you get a chance to come back down for Martin's 1-year anniversary. And for all you guys that don't know, that are in the Roanoke area, Martin, the guy that owns the Barrel Chest out there near Tanglewood, he's having his 1-year anniversary, and they're having 20+ barrel-aged beers there. Big event happening on the 15th, and of course, by the time you see this, that's going to come and gone. So I'm not going to harp on that because I'm a couple of weeks ahead on the beer reviews. So, time you see this, that festival will probably have come and gone. So I'm sorry I brought it up. But anyway, looking at the beer, very nice looking. So let me get my hand out of the way so I can see through it. And this glass doesn't lend to looking through the glass because it's a big bulb all the way down. It's not like the Sovereign beer glass that has a little smaller clear part where you can see some of that red ruby tinges if it's not a pitch black ale. And it didn't look pitch black coming out of the can. It has some red rubiness to it. But in the double glass, guys, it looks pretty black. It looks like a stout. And they're calling it a Baltic Porter. And it didn't hold a monster head, probably about a half a finger or so. So let's get a nose on it, see what we got. Oh, rich roasted malt. Getting very slight hints of the chocolate or the cocoa nibs. Nice sweetness on the back end. And definitely getting some coffee in there too. So we're getting the chocolate and the coffee. Caramel, toffee. And some light hints of some dark fruit. And very nice smelling beer. Very nice. Makes my mouth water. It's that time. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Adrian. Cheers, guys at Sixpoint. Bravo. You do some great beers. That's very nice. Slight hints of the bittersweet chocolate. Hints of coffee. Rich roasted malt. Caramel toffee. Slight hints of some dark fruit, and I got a feeling those are going to come out a little more as it warms up. It's right out of the fridge. Very nice beer. Very easy drinking beer for 10%. This is another one that'll get you in trouble. I'm getting some vanilla. Wow. That's delicious. That is delicious. Another winner as far as I'm concerned, guys. Nice lacing is leaving on the glass. Wow. Very impressive. Well, let's right out of the fridge. About 40 degrees or so. Let's let it warm up and let her taste it and see what she thinks of it, because she hasn't had it either. And we'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one and see where we end up with this one. Seems like an A beer to me right now. But like I said, I would like to see a canned on date instead of a Best By date, guys. And let me decide when to have it by. And if your machine will allow you to do the canned on date and the Best By date, that would be awesome. That would be freaking awesome. Pretty damn tasty. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on this probably about 45, 50, almost an hour probably by now. It's definitely up to room temperature. Very nice beer. Rich roasted malt. I'm getting the vanilla, the cocoa, the chocolate from the cocoa nibs. Hints of coffee. A little bit of dark fruit, maybe some dates, raisins, or figs. Very, very nice. Final chug. Very tasty. Very easy drinking for 10%. Not getting any hints of that alcohol. Awesomely well made beer. Wow. Very delicious, guys. You could session a few of these and have you'd be in a hammer lane, have your buzz on, no doubt about it. And you can get in serious trouble if you were drinking several of these out in the bar at 10%. Alcohol is undetectable, basically. It's awesomely well made beer. Definitely nice. Guys, as far as I'm concerned, this is 9 out of 10. Would rather see the canned on date instead of the Best By date. That is the only fuss I've got over this beer. Other than that, it is pretty damn impressive. Pretty well made beer. Alcohol is basically non-existent to me. Very well made. Very well hidden. You could actually session, if you're at home, you could session a couple of these, and like I said, you'd have your buzz going on. And it's very easy drinking. It's tasty. It's damn tasty. I'm glad Adrian gave me 2 of these. I got another one in there that I'm probably going to sell it for several months, and just to see. And I'm not going to re-review it, but just to see how it changes over about 5 or 6 months, to see if it's just as tasty then as it is now. But like I said, they've got the Best By of July of 2016, so they're telling you right off the bat you should have it by July of 2016, and this is August of 2015. So I'm pretty sure they're giving it a year shelf life on this. So and being a 10%er, I don't know what's going to fade over time. If you want to keep it longer than that, maybe the coffee will fade out a little bit or whatever. But it'd be nice to find out exactly how tasty it is. And sometimes these beers get after they set to in the can or the bottle for 6, 8 months, a year, or even 2. The flavors come together a little bit better, and it's actually sometimes a little bit better after it's aged a little bit than it is when it's fresh. But a lot of times those beers have a heavier, boozier alcohol taste and stuff, and they mellow out over time a little bit. But this one doesn't have that heavy alcohol taste. So like I said, you could session a couple of these, and before you know it, you stagger into the bathroom. So just be careful if you're not drinking this beer at home. It's a sipper. Like I said, probably been sipping on this thing close to an hour now. And it's pretty damn tasty. 9 out of 10, like I said, for me guys, over to Beer Advocate, they say 94. And the outstanding rank, and over to Rate Beer, it says no score. So it must be fairly new. Something they just come out with, going from 3 bean to 4 bean, adding the vanilla bean in there to give it a little bit more, or just something different. And it was pretty tasty. It was pretty tasty. I don't remember what I gave the 3 bean, but this is pretty good. And if you tell me, oh, that's a 10 beer, I'm not going to argue with that. It is. It's pretty damn tasty. The only way this could be any better, as far as I'm concerned, is to put it in a bourbon barrel. Now that would be a taste. Oh yeah. So if you've had this one from Sixpoint, this is their 4 bean, and they're calling it an Imperial Porter or a Baltic Porter, 10%er, big beer, sipper, not a chugger. I wouldn't want to chug 2 or 3 of these in a row. You might find yourself face down in the dirt. Yeah, you would. All right, guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See everybody then.